Many F1 experts feel that McLaren has hit the jackpot by signing Daniel Ricciardo as he is a proven race winner. This has led many to assume that he will become the number one driver at McLaren from the very beginning of his stint with the team. However, this may not be the case. I'm your host Dillon Shelley, and first up on Formula World, will Ricciardo be McLaren's number one driver? A lot of people in F1 assumed that Daniel Ricciardo would become the number one driver at McLaren from 2021 by default, as he is much more experienced than current McLaren driver and his future teammate Lando Norris. He is also one of the few drivers on the grid who has multiple race wins and podiums to his name. McLaren's team principal Andreas Seidl is aware of the dynamic nature that the Norris-Ricciardo pairing will bring to the team in 2021. With Lando and Daniel, we have another great duo, not only sporty but when it comes to presenting McLaren as a brand. However, he made it very clear that Daniel Ricciardo will not get any preferential treatment just because of his past plaudits. As long as I'm the team boss, no one at the start of the season will ever be number one. He summed up his words by suggesting that they would prefer to have both drivers on equal footing, just like their current driver lineup of Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris. If you still have such a long way to go as we have, you just have to have two strong drivers equal to each other, as Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris have already shown in 2019. How Sainz can avoid being number 2 at Ferrari. Many in F1 consider Ferrari to be one of those teams where one driver is given priority over the other, and that it will be Charles Leclerc who will be the number one driver in the team for 2021. This has led many people in F1 to suggest that Carlos Sainz, who will join Ferrari in 2021, will have to take the role of the second driver. Former F1 driver Felipe Massa has given his thoughts on the subject. He began by comparing Carlos Sainz to his father and then suggesting that Sainz has the potential to be a world champion with Ferrari. Sainz Sr. is of course a great personality, and he has a son who will leave his mark on Formula 1. Sainz has already had a great start in F1 and has proven to be able to take the next step. In my opinion, he can become the world champion with Ferrari, but then you depend on the team. As a former Ferrari driver himself, Massa is well versed with how the team works and shed some light on what Sainz needs to do. There's more pressure at Ferrari than on any other team. He'll have to show how much he's worth in his first year. He has a lot of talent, but he still has to come out. Respect within the team is the most important thing. As a team, you have to show that you don't have a number 1 and 2, but that they have to fight it out on the court. Leclerc also came in 2019 as a number 2, but has shown on the track that he can win. That's what Sainz also has to do. Fast feed. Bruno Le Maire, the Minister of Finance in France, suspect that Renault could disappear from the market. It is being reported that McLaren and Aston Martin are in deep financial crisis, which could put their F1 operations in jeopardy. John Grant, the chairman of the BRDC, has revealed that the Silverstone circuit has cash, and with the help of the government and their bank, they can get through the current crisis. Stuart Pringle, the director of Silverstone, is very clear that the importance of the industry is understood by the government and remains very optimistic that they will find a way. Former F1 driver Guido van der Garde feels that if Daimler want a German driver to get in the Mercedes F1 car in 2021, then the current Ferrari driver Sebastian Vettel will be signed by the Silver Arrows. He also thinks that current Mercedes driver Lewis Hamilton won't be so worried about that because he knows he can beat Vettel. Lewis Hamilton thinks that the young boys will always challenge the older drivers to put themselves in the spotlight. Daniel Ricciardo thinks that it is really important to maximise this free time and feels that it might give him a bit more longevity in his career. The president of the Grand Prix Drivers Association, Alex Wurz, has revealed that the drivers won't travel to countries where the local medical system would be under pressure from their Grand Prix. Red Bull's Max Verstappen has revealed that in Austin 2016 he wrongly assumed that there would be a pit stop and pushed hard, which cost him a good result that Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko was very angry with him afterwards. Helmut Marko has confirmed there was a brief disagreement with Red Bull team principal Christian Horner, but there are no problems and they definitely want to keep Horner. Christian Horner has confirmed that the teams in F1 have a budget cap and now they also have this sliding scale on the ATR. He further elaborated by saying that it has been adjusted so that it's a linear line between 1st and 10th, rather than isolating the first 3 and more time being available from 4th onwards. Carlos Sainz has revealed that he asked permission from Zak Brown to go to talk to Ferrari after he came to know that they were interested in him, without knowing what Zak's reaction was going to be, but Zak did give him permission. Former F1 driver Mika Hakkinen thinks that Carlos must be extremely professional in every aspect. You don't go to Ferrari to learn, you have to deliver full tubs right away. Former Ferrari boss Stefano Domenicali is hoping that Fernando Alonso returns to Formula 1 because he is a great champion and that he will join as good a team as possible because he will get the most out of the car. He also commented that Sebastian Vettel has another year with Ferrari, which means a very big responsibility, and he will have to prove why he won 4 world championships. And F1's managing director Ross Brawn believes that Formula One was in a fantastic place 6 months ago and will be again in 6 months' time. Should Daniel Ricciardo be number 1 at McLaren? Be sure to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula One.